I want to try to do this as a regular occurrence, depending on holidays and things like that. So had the idea to start trying to do some YouTube lives, so hopefully people can learn from how I approach a Makeover Monday in a data visualization project. So let's go ahead and get started. So this week's data was about the benefits of working from home. So the first thing I do is I go ahead and go out to the Makeover Monday website and go to the data page. And I go to the data.world link. That's going to flip me over straight to the data set. And I hit this little show more button down here. Okay, so this is the original visualization, and it looks like the top benefits of working from home. Simple stacked bar chart, not too bad. It looks like it's ranked from top to bottom. I think if I were going to use a stacked bar chart, I would probably do it the other way around and have the largest slice at the bottom. So some pretty simple. It looks relatively simple. I'm assuming there's probably 2 columns of data. And then there's a fact on the right-hand side, 98%. Okay, I don't know what that means. I might have to look at the source article for that. And then there's this massive icon on the right-hand side. I don't think I would include that because that's the first thing I noticed when I looked at this visualization. And if you're looking at an icon instead of the data, then you've got a bit of an issue. So let's go ahead and let me move this over to a different screen so I can see any comments you have. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm going to go to the Makeover Monday website. Where to go here? To the page here on data.world, and I'm going to take a quick look at the source article and see if there's any kind of background I can get. Okay, so this is from Visual Capitalist. Oh, they're a frequent contributor to Makeover Monday because a lot of their graphs need a pretty big makeover. All right, so right, nearly 1/3 of the U.S. workforce are able to work from home. Blah blah blah. Is it worth the question? How do people and companies feel about working from home? Okay, great. So a whopping 98% of people would like to have the option to work remotely for the rest of their career. But that's actually not in this data. So I think the first thing I would probably do is ignore this 98% because there's no data for that. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the data here. Yep, so it's 2 columns, the percentage and the benefit. So I'm just going to go ahead and download the data. And I've already started up Tableau. So I can then, let's see, so I can go to Tableau and then just drop that into Tableau, and that'll open it straight up. All right, and it always puts sheet 1 after that when it's in Excel data source, so I always remove that. I've got 2 columns here. 1 are the benefits, and 1 is the percentage. So, okay, nothing particularly exciting there. I'm going to go ahead and just make a quick table out of the data so I can get everything cleaned up the way that I like it. First off, this percentage needs to be represented as a percentage, so I'm going to go to the default properties and the number format. I'm just going to leave it as a custom number, 0 decimals. I'm just going to tack on a % sign at the end instead of creating a calculation or anything like that. So the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to alias each of these so I can so the words aren't quite as long. So I'm going to go to aliases. And let me make this wider. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to call this, oops, here we go, flexible schedule. And I like doing uppercase ever since I saw Ann Jackson do it. Time with family, work from home. Flexibility to work from any location, so work location, maybe flexible work location. Flexible, I'll just do flexible location. No commute. And other. Okay, great. So that gives me all of the, and then I'm just going to rename this as well. Benefit. And then instead of this saying percentage, I'm going to probably say, I'll just leave it for now. That's fine. Okay. So we've got let's see, we have that. So I need to then now go ahead and pick up some charts that I'd like to use. So I'm going to go out to my visual vocabulary because I like to use this as a starting place for charts that I might want to use. And I kind of go page by page through this and identify the charts that I think will be useful to me. So I'm going to start on the deviation tab. And we don't have any really diverging data, so I'm going to skip that one. Correlations, we've only got one measure, so none of these apply. Okay, ranking, so ordered bar, ordered column. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, don't save, oops, file new, oops, shoot. File new, so bar chart, let's see, what do they call it? Ordered bar, ordered column. I'm just making notes of the charts that I might want to use. So this one doesn't apply. Maybe a strip plot, dot strip plot, and a lollipop. And let's see what we have on the next one. So distributions, I doubt any of these are going to apply. So we've got a dot strip plot, and then we have a dot plot. Okay, so dot plot. And I'm going to create that makes me think of peas in a pod. Barcode plot. And I'm just going to build each of these as maybe some kind of cumulative. Let's come back to that. Change over time. I would suspect that none of these are going to be relevant. Maybe something like I'm going to say something like a circle timeline. But that's not quite, I'm going to say 1 row per reason, let's see, per benefit. So again, I'm just making notes of the things I could possibly do. And parts to whole. So this might be a bit more meaningful because I'm assuming that these all add up to 100. So I can lasso those and it says 100, so that's good. I can also see it down here on the bottom left. I don't know if this is going to scroll or not, but I can see it down here on the bottom left. I don't think that worked. All right. What else do we have here? So it looks like percent of total. So stacked bar, stacked column. I'm not going to do a pie chart. I refuse. Donut, I don't want to do. And maybe a waterfall. So waterfall might be useful for the kind of like a running total. Magnitude, I don't think anything will apply here. Let's see. So column bar, we already have that. We've got all of these. Spatial, no. Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to just kind of keep these notes up, and then just start building some of those charts. So I've got the data. So let me clear the sheet. And the first thing we do is just create a simple bar chart and default properties. I'm going to change the default properties for the benefit. So I want it to be, oh no, we can't do it that way. And percentage, and then like that. Just set it to entire view for now. I'm going to turn the labels on. Okay, so what does this add up to? So 58, so it's 80%. So I could maybe, let me try something. So let me create a set for those. So top 3, and I'm going to put that onto color. And now I've got my top 3 and then the all other. So that just kind of helps me see that the top 3 make up 80%, because then what I can do is I could put and percentage as a big number, so 79%, and I could maybe make that a nice big number, and let's make it fit entire view. Okay, so something like that might work. Okay, so that gives us a nice big number. So this is the top 3, and then this is my bar chart. Okay, so I could duplicate that one and make it a I could do this a couple ways. I want to make it a percent of total, so I could make that on, put that onto color, and that looks pretty hideous. So I'm going to delete that one and pretend I never created it. So that gets rid of. So I'm going to go back over to my notes here and get rid of the stacked options. So let's get rid of those. So ordered bar, ordered columns. So let me just swap the rows and the columns. Okay, that looks pretty good as well. So that's our column chart. I like that one. Okay, so I think I like that one best so far. So I'm just going to mark that green. So that's my number one choice so far. So that covers those two. So the dot strip plot, if I go back over here, I think it's correlation. Let's see. So nope, it's not that ranking. So here's our dot strip plot. So what I could do then is maybe we'll just put that on, put the benefit on detail, the percentage on the columns, and make them a circle. So that would be, that's not particularly exciting. Okay, so that's not very useful. So I'm going to, that dot strip plot doesn't work, which leads me to believe that the barcode plot won't work either. A barcode plot is just simply the dot strip plot, but as a Gantt bar. So now it's a strip plot. So I don't like either of those. But what might be useful, so I'm going to duplicate this field, and then on this second pill, I'm going to make it a line. And notice how it connects all of these. So I'm going to make that a dual axis now. And then synchronize. And then the line shelf, I'm going to move that to the back. Okay, so let me hide that axis. And if I make this a bit bigger, this might be okay. Now let's undo that. Right, so let me just drag this down a bit. Okay, so what I'd be tempted to do here is make this line a bit thicker, make these smaller. Oops. Okay, so this is kind of like, I don't know if I really like this one, because I could put the labels on there and maybe center them, and they become like that. But now I don't know which one is which, so yeah. What if I put the label benefit on the label here, and then I could make those center and below. Yeah, I don't like that. That's not very good. So I'm going to kill the dot plot, the piece in the pod. Okay, and then the circle timeline. Okay, so let's see if we can do this slightly. So lollipop, we could take my, let me just duplicate my column chart. And let me rename this one lollipop. And what I want to do here is duplicate the percentage and make the second one a circle. And I'm going to stick the label inside of it this time. So center and center, allow overlap. Right, and then the bar chart, let's just make it standard. Make it a dual axis chart and synchronize. I need to go back and make this one a bar. Okay, and then get rid of the labels on that one. Right, so let me make these thinner. Okay, so that's kind of a lollipop. It's cute, but I would say not very effective. So what if I swap it around? Yeah, that's worse. So undo. Yeah, I don't like that one, so I'm going to remove the color from that. I'm going to rank that one. Okay, so the lollipop we've done. We could kill that. Now I think we might be able to do something like this one, but a bit differently. If I put the benefit, what if I make this one? Okay, let me just start over. So I want the percentage on here as a circle. And then I want to split it up by the benefit. And then let me just do average of 1. And I'm going to make this one a I can make it a bar and make it thin. Okay, this might work. So dual axis, and I don't want to synchronize, so let's move that one to the back. And then I'm going to take it out of the tooltip and then hide the header. Okay, and let's just drag this down a bit. Right, so this might work. I'm going to take measure names off of the color shelf. Make my circles a bit bigger. Gosh, I hate how they're blurry. That's really annoying. I even take the border off. I don't know if you guys can all see that, but it's terrible how blurry that is. And then I'm going to maybe make this one like a light gray in the background. Maybe that's too light. Something like that. Okay, so this one I could probably turn the labels on. And let's, where's alignment? Center and center. And let's make those a bit bigger. Okay, so that's not too bad. So now I'm going to sort this by descending by the field, not benefit, percentage descending. Okay, so now they're in order at least. Maybe I can hide the header. Okay, that looks a bit better. Oh, let me show the header. And I want this to go from, let's set this to go from minus 0.1 to 1.1. Okay, that just gives it a bit more breathing room on either side. And then let's uncheck show header. What happened here to my header? Oh, there we go. I grabbed the wrong part to pull it down. Okay, so I can play with the formatting later, but I kind of like this one as well. So maybe I'll make this one. So this is our, what do we call this? I don't know. It's kind of like a strip plot. That's more like a dot plot. I don't know if this has a name or not. I'm going to go ahead and change this axis here also to go from, make it to go from maybe 0 to 50. So let's do like -1 to 50. What happened there? So, you know what? I can, if I make this average of 100, I can then synchronize. There we go. So now they both go to, let's say, -1 to 101. Okay, that's a bit better. I can maybe chop it off at some point. Right, maybe I'll change this to go from 0 to 50. And then this, I could just say go from -1 to 51. Okay, that's better. I like that. So if I had to pick between these two so far, I don't really know which one. So let me make that one green as well. That takes us through that. So one more chart to create. So I want to create a waterfall chart. So let's go to a new sheet. We want to have the benefit in the, I think we want to do it this way, percentage, and yeah, there we go. And I want to sort these. So sort field descending. Okay, so now to make this a waterfall, I'm going to go ahead and make this a Gantt chart. I'm going to put size onto, or percentage on the size and just make it a negative. That did not work, so sort. And we'll sort by percentage. There we go. Okay, so I messed that one up. Oh, I need to make this a running total. Running total. Okay, there we go. So now we've got a nice little waterfall chart. I can maybe put the percentage onto color. Now, a neat thing that I did in a Workout Wednesday from, let me see if I can find that Workout Wednesday. Let me just search for waterfall. Yeah, so this one here, I like these kind of dotted lines going across here. So I think this was a Workout Wednesday. No, Makeover Monday. But I think I built this based off of a Workout Wednesday. So I like these kind of dotted lines here. So I'm going to see if I can reproduce that. So I think what I need to do is, well, first off, I can put a reference line on for each cell. And that's fine. No label, no tooltip. Maybe I can make the label the, no, let's leave it for now. Make it dots and black. Turn off the recalculate. Okay, so now that's kind of like this part going across the top. Now, how did I do the bottom? So the bottom is going to be just the value, I think. So if I just do percentage here, and I change that to a Gantt bar, nothing on size, and then I need to if I synchronize, no, that's not what I want. So this needs to also be, I think this, if I make this a running total, that gives me the same line, but I want it to be at the bottom of the bar. So that means this one is, maybe I could just do look up, and then this field, and then comma -1. That might do it. Dual axis. Aha. Synchronize. Okay, I got lucky. So let's hide. Okay, so now I've got those two lines. Maybe I could color code these by the ones that are in the top 3. So edit table calc. Right, and then this should be, I need to just get rid of the color on that. Perfect. So what I could do maybe is put the, on the Gantt bar, why don't I put the benefit on the label and put it at the, let's see if I can put it at the bottom. No, I don't have to do that. Undo. Let's put it at the, and then label, alignment, center, bottom, and then I'm going to rotate it. Okay, that doesn't look too bad, but this one is null. So I'm just going to say if null, comma 0. That way I get one here for this location. I'm going to hide that header and take it out of the tooltip. And then on this one, I think on my reference line then, so edit my reference line, and I'm going to put the value on the label. Right, and now I can edit that. So come on, format, alignment, center. That looks good. The font. Let's see. Let's make it maybe 14. Maybe try. Okay, let's just leave it like that for now. All right, I don't like this on the color, so let me get rid of that. Okay. So that's that. Oh, and you know what? No, I did that wrong. I don't need to label the reference line. Edit. None. Come on, go away. And what I want to do actually is I want to label the bar itself with the percentage. There we go. And now I can tell it to maybe 14 point. Let's go with maybe medium, match mark color. And then I'm going to put the top 3 onto color. Okay, and I need to edit my table calc. Okay, there we go. So, which one do I like? And then what I could do is top 3 value, if top 3, then I want to do the percentage. And if I put that onto, let's just put it on here on detail, and then add a reference line for top 3 value, and make it the sum. There we go, good. So label is the value, and then the tooltip none. Let's make it also a line like this. Yep. Okay, looks a bit ugly with this part here, but that's okay. And then I want to format that. Maybe again make it a nice big font. Maybe this time I'll make it like a darker color. And then I'm just going to format this field. Default properties, number format, percentage. Okay, and then I'm going to actually, all right, so I think this is the one I'm going to go with. And now I can go ahead and hide the header on that as well. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and hide the header here. That looks okay. And I'm just going to do a bit of formatting. So I'm going to get rid of my borders, my grid lines, get rid of the 0 line, get rid of my row and column dividers. There we go. So I've got something nice and clean. I want a bit of space to the left of this, so I'm just going to put in a dummy field. Oops. Yeah, so that gives me a bit of space there, and then hide the field labels. Okay, I like that a bit better. So, okay, so this one, this is my label. So I'm going to set this one to match the mark color as well. Maybe make that Tableau medium. And okay, so I think I can make this look a bit better once we get it on the dashboard. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to go with. So now in my tooltip, I've got a bit of a mess here, so I need to take that out of the tooltip. As I'm formatting the tooltips, I like to go through and get rid of all the things that I don't need. So top 3 value, I don't need that. Where is that? Top 3 value. So we can get rid of that. We don't need the negative, we don't need that. We already did that one. We don't need the negative percentage. We don't even need the running total. Okay, right. So now I can just change the tooltip and maybe make that maybe 12. And then I'm going to go back over to the article and see what it says. Top benefits of remote working. Reflection. That's fine. But I need this to say this is, it's not like a positive response. It's like, I'll just call it, that's the benefit, and then the response rate, maybe something like that. Maybe make that like 14 or something. Okay, no commute. Okay, I probably don't even really need the tooltips, but I'm going to leave them in there anyway. I'm going to get rid of my color legend. All right, so I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to go back here and delete all of these sheets. And I'm just going to call this my waterfall. Oh, I better save. So let me first extract the data. Extract. Where do I want to put this? Makeover Monday. Data 2020. Save. Okay, and then I need to save this. Makeover Monday 2020, week 32. the benefits of working from home. Save. Okay. Right, so give me a quick second. I'm going to look through the comments and see if anybody has a question. Thanks, sure. Okay, I don't. Yes, the video will be available on demand. For those that want a link to the visual vocabulary, I can stick that in there. Okay. Okay. Right. So I'm going to format this again. I want this to be a nice big font, so I'm going to make it maybe Tableau bold, maybe 24, something like that. And then I'm going to make it blue to match, or no, wait, I want to decide on what colors I want to use. So I'm going to go to my favorite palette, which is my Makeover Monday palette. And I think I'll try this blue. So let's see, default properties, color, and what the heck? Okay, let me go here then. Oh, actually I have color palette. So let's try the paler blue. Didn't really change much, did it? And then I'm going to go with a slightly lighter gray. Let's see what that does. Okay, I think I like that a bit better. Right, what else? Okay, I can go ahead and turn on my caption. So I'm going to call this data source is, this is where I got to go back to here. My data source is, what is it? Visual capitalist, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. And then Makeover Monday week 32. And then created by okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a title in here. So the top 3 benefits of working from home. Account for 79% of the positive responses. I don't know if that's quite right yet, top 3. %79% of the, it should be. Maybe I should say working from flexible schedule. Maybe I could leave it like that for now. Okay, so now I'm going to go to a dashboard. I'm going to delete the phone layout. What size do I want to do? Let's just try 800 by 600 to start. Right. Actually, I want to. So one of the things I'll show you here is when I just put a sheet into the view and go to my layout container, Tableau puts all this like tiled and all this crap down here in the bottom. So I learned from Curtis Harris to float a container and set it to the size you want. So 0, 0, 800, 600, and then he adds a bit of padding on the inside, so maybe like 20. And now when I drop this sheet in here, I can see it's nice little padded. I need to show my caption, and there we go. I'm not convinced by this bottom reference line here. Let me get rid of that. Which one is better? Maybe I don't need this one either. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that's cleaner. I don't really think I need anything else on here. Right, so now I need to kind of shrink this down. All right. So the last thing here then is to come up with a title. So I'm going to go back. This is very difficult as well. Maybe I could just use this, how people and companies feel, how people feel about working remotely. Okay, so oh, look at that. And that's my doorbell. The American, the national anthem of America. So you guys get to hear my doorbell. I know you like it. That's pretty funny. What timing? All right. I think that I'm done. So I'm going to call this like 32. And then I'm going to hide the sheet. And actually, let me undo that. I need to actually move my data source. So copy, Makeover Monday data, because I don't want to lose this later. Okay, and then I need to edit my data source. Yes. And then okay, that's fine. So that should be, hopefully it didn't mess anything up. Okay, very good. So save. Now I can hide the sheets. Okay, I think I want to make it a bit taller though, so let me go. Maybe if I did it like, okay. All right, I think I'm good with that. So I'm going to save. I'm going to publish it to Tableau Public. Save. And then once it's on Tableau Public, I have mine set to not automatically download and to be hidden. So I check these couple options here. And then I go back to my profile. I'm going to enable that. Come on. And refresh, and hopefully the thumbnail shows up at some point. Right, yeah, it's blank right now. Okay, so I think that's it. Sorry, that took about 40 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? So Kevin actually asked me, what is my favorite quality about working from home? Right now it's no commute, because it takes me over an hour to commute each way, and I really like being able to get to the end of the day, shut off, and I'm already home. So that would probably be my top benefit.